forward to this book, to letting go, and which was pretty cool. And today I'm going to read. We're just going to get into it. It's going to take a while to go through it, but you guys that follow me, it's worth it. It's really going to be worth it. And so do the preface, and today we're going to do the preface, and then we're going to do chapter one, introduction, and so it's going to be a bit. And stick with us, and yeah. Earl, can you turn the heat down so that it doesn't get too warm in here while I'm doing this? So we're in our office right now, and you can see the clock behind me on YouTube. You can. Time has stood still, standing still. Okay, this is Dr. David Hawkins, certainly one of my heroes, in the field of consciousness and awareness and human development and on the planet. And what I'm going to read today is really, really self-explanatory. It tells you the whole story of what's going on with this book. So, a preface. Many years of clinical psychiatric practice. During many years of, I'm going to, maybe I'll have to repeat myself in time or two. Here we go. During many years of clinical psychiatric practice, the primary aim was to seek the most effective ways to relieve human suffering in all of its many forms. Seems like a good thing. To this end, numerous disciplines of medicine, psychology, psychiatry, psychoanalysis, behavioral techniques, biofeedback, acupuncture, nutrition, brain chemistry were explored. Beyond these clinical modalities were philosophical systems, metaphysics, a multitude of holistic health techniques, self-improvement courses, spiritual pathways, meditative techniques, and other ways to expand one's awareness. So he's talking about his own journey. In all of these explorations, the mechanisms of surrender were found to be of great practical benefit. Its importance necessitated the writing of this book to share with others what is clinically observed and personally experienced. The previous 10 books, so he's written 10 books before this one. First one was Power versus Force, and I think I've got most of his books in my library over here. His stuff is amazing. The previous 10 books focused on advanced states of awareness and enlightenment. Over the years, thousands of students at our lectures and satsangs have asked questions that reveal the everyday obstacles to enlightenment. And wow, Earl just got us. Hey, Earl just got us live on Instagram as well. Thanks. If you're just joining us on Instagram, I've just read a paragraph so far in this book, Letting Go, and I want you to follow along. You can go, actually we have a link in our page, and you can order this book. I recommend it. It's maybe the last book you ever need to find on consciousness and awakening and I believe I'm not unique in this. It's funny that sometimes we think that we're unique, that we all experience pain and suffering and loneliness and in our lives, and for the most part, as we look around us, everybody's pretending that everything's okay, and they're not experiencing that, and they're not questioning what's life about, or why am I here, so this book actually helps us to deal with that part of our humanness, that not just the questions. I think the questions are good. But helps us to find the answers. So, and that's why I decided to read this. In all of those explorations, the mechanics of surrender was found to be of great practical benefit. Its importance necessitated the writing of this book to share with others what was clinically observed and personally experienced. The previous 10 books, this is Hawkins' writing, focused on advanced states of awareness and enlightenment. Over the years, thousands of students at our lectures and satsangs have asked questions that reveal the everyday obstacles to enlightenment. It is pragmatic and helpful to share a technique that will facilitate their success in overcoming these obstacles. How to handle the vicissitudes of ordinary life with its losses, disappointments, stresses, and crises. How to be free of negative emotions and their impact on life, relationships, and work. How to handle all of the unwanted feelings. The present work describes a simple and effective means by which to let go of negative feelings and become free. Wow, who doesn't want to become free? Um, the letting go technique is a pragmatic system of eliminating obstacles and attachments. It can also be called a mechanism of surrender. There is scientific proof of its efficiency, an explanation of which is included in one of the chapters. Research has shown the technique to be more effective than many other approaches currently available in relieving the psychological responses to stress. Anybody interested in relieving the psychological responses to stress? I am. Yes. Anyway, after researching most of the various stress-reducing and consciousness methods, this approach stands out in its sheer simplicity, efficiency, clinical efficiency, absence of questionable concepts, and rapidity of observable results. So you get results quick with this. And its simplicity is deceptive and almost disguises the real benefit of the technique. Simply stated, it sets us free from emotional attachments. It verifies the observation made by every sage that attachments are the primary cause of suffering, and including the Buddha, Jesus, everybody said, and we had to surrender, let go, and that's the deal. After researching most of the various pardon processes, the mind, with its thoughts, is driven by feelings. Each feeling is the cumulative derivative of many thousands of thoughts. Because most people throughout their lives repress or suppress and try to escape from their feelings, the suppressed energy accumulates and seeks expression through psychosomatic distress, bodily disorders, emotional illnesses, and disordered behavior in interpersonal relationships. The accumulated feelings block spiritual growth and awareness, as well as success in many areas of life. Can you imagine? The benefit of this technique can therefore be described in various levels. Physical, the benefits of this technique are physical. The elimination of suppressed emotions has a positive health benefit. It decreases the overflow of energy into the body's autonomic nervous system, and it unblocks the acupuncture energy system, demonstrated by a simple muscle test. Therefore, as a person consistently surrenders, physical and psychosomatic disorders improve and frequently disappear altogether. There is a general reversal of pathological processes in the body and a return to optimal functioning. Imagine, talking good health, hell of a deal. Behavioral, because there is a progressive decrease of anxiety and negative emotions, there is less and less need for escapism via drugs, alcohol, entertainment, excessive sleep. Consequently, there is an increase in vitality, energy, presence, and well-being, and more effective and effortless functioning in all areas. The phone. There you go. Earl's going to get that. And then let's talk about the benefits of this, what we're doing. The letting go technique. This is a book I'm reading. Dr. David Hawkins, if you just dropped in on us, Dr. David Hawkins, one of my favorite books called Letting Go. And we're going to read it together. Might take a couple of months, but hopefully you can hang in there as we do this. So the benefits of letting go, we talked about the physical, behavioral, and interpersonal relationship benefits. As negative feelings are surrendered, there's a progressive increase in positive feelings that result in quickly observable improvement in all relationships. Anybody looking for improvement in relationships? Hell of a deal, I am. Always. There is an increase in the capacity to love. Conflicts with others decrease progressively, so that job performance improves, the elimination of negative blocks allows vocational goals to be more easily accomplished, and self-sabotage behavior based on guilt progressively diminishes. Imagine that. If that's all that happened, that would be pretty friggin' good. Um, there is less and less dependence on intellectualism and a greater use of intuitive knowingness. So that's like a spiritual connection, God consciousness, I call it. With the resumption of personality growth and development, there is often the uncovering of previously unsuspected creative and physical abilities. Really, you might learn to be a painter or something. You know, I like that. Which are thwarted in all people by suppressed negative emotions. Wow. Of great importance is the progressive diminution of dependency, the ban of all human relationships. Oh, neediness, dependency. Yes, dependency underlies so much pain and suffering. It includes even violence and suicide as its ultimate expression. As dependency diminishes, there is also a diminution of aggressiveness and hostile behavior. These negative feelings are replaced by feelings of acceptance, lovingness towards others. Imagine. I like this. These are the promises of this book. That's so cool. Consciousness, awareness, and spirituality. So that's the four areas of benefits: physical, behavioral, interpersonal relationships, and consciousness, awareness, and spirituality would be the fourth benefit he's going to talk about here. This is an area that opens up by continuous use of the mechanism of surrender. The letting go of negative emotions means that the person experiencing ever-increasing happiness, contentment, peace, and joy. Imagine. That's pretty cool. So, okay, I'm going to read that again. The letting go of negative emotions means that the person experiences ever-increasing happiness, contentment, peace, and joy. There is an expansion of awareness, progressive realization, and an expressing of the real inner self. The teachings of the great masters unfold from within as one's own personal experience. The progressive letting go of limitations allows the realization at last of one's true identity. Letting go is one of the most effective tools by which to reach spiritual goals. Wow, that's so cool. Anyone can accomplish all of these ends with gentleness and subtlety. Oh, anyway, subtlety, with gentleness and subtlety. As one silently surrenders throughout daily life, the progressive disappearance of negativity and its replacement by positive feelings and experiences are pleasurable both to watch and to experience. It is the purpose of this information to assist the reader in having these rewarding experiences. Signed by David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD, founder and president, Institute of Spiritual Research, Sedona, Arizona, 2012. It's funny. He's got so many credentials, and he really limited what he said there as far as credentials are concerned. So that was the preface. I've now read the foreword and the preface. My plan today was to read chapter 1, and it's not that long. It's only 7 pages, so bear with me. Chapter 1's amazing. This is probably my 5th or 6th time through this book, and I was really inspired by my son, Regan, because I was talking to him about using prayer to let go of fear, and he said, "Dad, what about Hawkins' letting go book?" And again, he's done this to me before. I said, "Well, how many times have you read it?" He said 6 or 8 times. He said, "I listened to it on Audible you know, 2 or 3 times a year. And he says one of the best spiritual books on the planet. And I knew that, but I tend to forget. And so Regan has been an inspiration to me to do this. And and the other thing is that I think I've told you that you know we're creating helping people create meditation spaces in their homes and and uh, and 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 really the whole thing about us having meditation spaces is to help the planet increase its vibration, you know, to one meditator at a time. And I thought, well, hell, if I can do this, I think lots of people will be lifted up by this reading, you know, by having this book yourself and the Dr. Hawkins stuff. He was an amazing man who vibrated, you know, in I believe in the the high 800s, if not 900s. He's had some amazing experiences, and you'll understand that vibrational scale as we go along. Introduction. While in contemplation one day, the mind said, speaks of the mind as a separate entity, as a tool. What in the world is wrong with us? Why doesn't happiness stay put? Where are the answers? How do we address the human dilemma? Have I gone nuts, or has the world gone crazy? The solution to any problem seems to bring only brief relief, for it is the very basis of the next problem. Is the human mind a hopeless squirrel cage? The monkeys, eh? Squirrel cage, monkey cage, whatever. I can certainly relate to that. The human mind a hopeless squirrel cage? Is everybody confused? Does God know what he's doing? Is God dead? Those were his questions. The mind just kept chattering along. Does anybody have the secret? Um, and then he says, don't worry, everybody's desperate. Some seem cool about it. I can't see what all the fuss is about, they say. Life seems simple to me. They are so scared they can't even look at it. Now, this is a man who spent years studying, you know, human psychology, and Joe, he's calling us on our game. You know, so many of us imagine, you know, saying that everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. I'm all good, I'm all good, and you know, we're looking for comfort everywhere, and in relationship and whatever. All right, he says, how about the experts? Their confusion is more sophisticated, wrapped in impressive jargon and elaborate mental construction. They have predetermined belief systems into which they try to squeeze you. It seems to work for a while, and then it is just back to one's original state again. Anyway, I know that so many of my friends have gone to psychiatrists and psychologists and get put on pills and just to numb them, really. And so we're not. This is not about numbing. This whole process is about surrender, going deep and letting go of things. And you know, the fear is, you know, if I let go, what will become of me? Well, don't you worry. You know, letting go of fear, letting go of all the uncertainties. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're going to do this together. It used to be that we could count on social institutions, but they have had their day. Nobody trusts them anymore. We now have more watchdogs than institutions. The hospitals are monitored by multiple agencies. Nobody has time for the patients. You get lost in the shuffle. Look down the corridors. There are no doctors or nurses. They're in offices doing paperwork. The whole scene is dehumanized. Well, you say, there have to be some experts who have the answers. When upset, you go to the doctor or the psychiatrist or an analyst, a social worker, or an astrologer. You take up religion, get philosophy, take the Earhart seminars, training, etc. EST. So he's just given an example of all the things that we do to try to find the answer. Let me start that over again. When upset, you go to the doctor or a psychiatrist, an analyst, a social worker, or an astrologer. You take up religion. You get philosophy. Take the Earhart seminars. Tap yourself with EFT. You get your chakras balanced. Try some reflexology. Go to the ear acupuncture. Do iridology. Get healed with lights and crystals. I've tried almost all of that stuff. You meditate. Chant a mantra. drink green tea, try the Pentecostals, breathe in fire, and speak in tongues. You get centered, learn NLP, try actualizations, work on visualizations, study philosophy or psychology, sorry, study psychology. Join a Jungian group. You get Rolfed, try psychedelics, get a psychic reading, jog, exercise, try colonics, get into nutrition and aerobics, hang upside down, wear psychic jewelry, get more insights, biofeedback, gestalt therapy. Has anybody done some of these? Trying to find the answers? It's kind of funny. And you see your homeopath, your chiropractor, your naturopath. You try kinesiology, discover your Enneagram type. You get your meridians balanced. You join a consciousness raising group. Take tranquilizers. You get some hormone shots. Try cell salts. Have your minerals balanced. Pray, implore, and beseech. You learn astral projection. Become a vegetarian. Eat only cabbage. Try microbiotics. Go organic. Eat no GMO. Meet up with Native American medicine man. Do a sweat lodge. Try Chinese herbs. Moxo combustion. Shiatsu. Acupuncture. Feng Shui. You go to India. Find a new guru. Take off your clothes. Swim in the Ganges. Stare at the sun. Shave your head. Eat with your fingers. Get really messy. Shower in cold water. These are all the things that many of us have done in the search for spiritual awakening, self-actualization. It's fun. There's more. Sing tribal chants. Relive past lives. Try hypnotic regression. Scream a primal scream. Punch pillows. Get Feldenkrais. Join a marriage encounter group. Go to Unity. Write affirmations. Make a vision board. Get rebirth. Cast the I Ching. Do the tarot cards. Study Zen. Take more courses and workshops. Read lots of books. Do transcendental analysis. Transactional analysis. Get yoga lessons. Get into the occult. Study magic. Work with a kahuna. Take a shamanic journey. Sit under a pyramid. Read Nostradamus. Prepare for the worst. We go on retreats. We try fasting. Take amino acids. Get a negative ion generator. Join a mystic school. Learn a secret handshake. Try toning. I've done most of these. I really have 40 years of traveling the world looking at, for the fucking answers, honestly. Most of these. It's crazy. Where was I? Try subliminal tapes. Yeah, take color therapy. Try subliminal tapes. Take brain enzymes, antidepressants, floral remedies. Go to health spas. Cook with exotic ingredients. Look into strange fermented oddities from faraway places. Go to Tibet. Hang upside down. Hunt out holy men. Hold hands in a circle and get high. Renounce sex, going to the movies. Renounce sex and going to the movies. Wear some yellow robes. Join a cult. To the endless varieties of psychotherapy. Try the endless varieties of psychotherapy. Take wonder drugs. Subscribe to lots of journals. Try the Pratikin diet. Eat just grapefruit. Get your palm read. Think New Age thoughts. Improve the ecology. Save the planet. Get an aura reading. Carry a crystal. Get a Hindu residual astrological interpretation. Visit a trance medium. Go for sex therapy. Try tantric sex. Get blessed by Baba somebody. Join an anonymous group. Travel to Lloyd's. Lords. I don't even know where that is. Soak in the hot springs. Join Eureka. Wear therapeutic sandals. Get grounded. Get more prana and breathe out that stale black negative. and breathe out that stale black negativity. Try golden needle acupuncture. Check out snake gallbladders. Try chakra breathing. Get your aura clean. Meditate in groups. Meditate in Cheops, the Great Pyramid in Egypt. That must be a pyramid scheme. I haven't been there either, but you know, there's still time. You and your friends have tried all of the above. You say, "Oh, the human, you wonderful creature, tragic, comic, and yet so noble. Such courage to keep on searching. What drives us to keep looking for an answer? Suffering? Oh, yes. Hope? Certainly. But there's something more than that. Intuitively, intuitively, we know that somewhere there is an ultimate answer. And I think we all know that. It's deep inside of us. Somewhere we think there's an ultimate answer. And that's why we've done all of these frigging things, eh? Looking for that. We stumble down dark byways into cul-de-sacs and blind alleys. We get exploited and taken, disillusioned, fed up. We keep on trying. Where is our blind spot? Why can't we find the answer? He says we don't understand the problem. That's why we can't find the answer. Maybe it's ultra simple, and that's why we can't see it. Maybe the solution is not out there, and that's why we can't find it. Maybe we have so many belief systems that we are blinded by the obvious. Throughout history, a few individuals have reached great clarity and have experienced the ultimate solution to the human woes. How did they get there? That is the answer. That is the question. How did they get there? What was their secret? Why can't we understand what we had to teach? Why can't we understand what they had to teach? Is it really next to impossible or nearly hopeless? What about the average person who's not a spiritual genius? Just to catch you up, I'm reading from Letting Go, Dr. David Hawkins, and it's an amazing book. I'm just right still in chapter 1. I suggest you get a copy of this. We have a link here somewhere. You can do that, and yeah. So get a copy of that. Anyway, I'm in chapter 1, and just 2 more pages actually in chapter 1 today. Multitudes follow spiritual pathways, but scarce are the ones who finally succeed and realize the ultimate truth. Why is that? We follow ritual and dogma and zealously practice spiritual discipline, and we crash once again. Even when it works, the ego quickly comes in, and we are caught in pride and smugness, thinking we have the answers. Oh Lord, save us from the ones who have the answers. Save us from the righteous. Save us from the do-gooders. Confusion is our salvation. For the confused, there is still hope. Hang on to your confusion. In the end, it is your best friend, your best defense against the deathliness of others' answers, against being raped by their ideas. If you are confused, you are still free. If you're confused, this book is for you. I like that. What's in this book? It tells of a simple method to reach great clarity and transcend your problems along the way. It's not by finding the answers, but by undoing the basis of the problems. The state reached by the great sages of history, is available. The solutions are within us and easy to find. The mechanism of surrender is simple, and the truth is self-evident. It works during daily life. There is no dogma or belief systems in this book. You verify everything for yourself, so you cannot be misled. There's no dependence on any teachings. It follows the dictate of know thyself. Follows the dictate of know thyself. Super. The truth shall set you free, and the kingdom of God is within you. It works for the cynic, the pragmatist, the religionist, and the atheist. It works for any age or cultural background. It works for the spiritual person and the non-spiritual person alike. because the mechanism is your own. Nobody can take it away from you. You're safe from disillusionment. You will find out for yourself what is real, what are just the mind's programs and belief systems. While all of this is going on, you will become healthier, more successful, with less effort, happier, and more capable of real love. Your friends will notice a difference. The changes are permanent. You aren't going to go for a high and crash later. You'll discover there's an automatic teacher within yourself. That's a great paragraph. Great promises there, isn't it? Um, I'm going to read that again. I love that paragraph. Because the mechanism is your own, nobody can take it away from you. You're safe from disillusionment. You will find out for yourself what is real and what are just the mind's programs and belief systems. While all of this is going on, you will become healthier, more successful with less effort, happier, and more capable of real love. Wow. Your friends will notice the difference. The changes are permanent. You aren't going to go for a high and crash later. You'll discover there is an automatic teacher within yourself. Eventually, you'll discover your inner self. You always unconsciously knew it was there. When you come upon it, you will understand what the great sages of history were trying to convey. You will understand because truth is self-evident and within your own self. This book is written for you. This book is written for you. This book is written for you. I love it. And me. This book is written for me. The reader, constantly in mind. It is easy, effortless, and enjoyable. There's nothing to learn or memorize. You will become lighter and higher as you read it. The material will automatically start bringing you the experience of freedom as you read through the pages. You're going to feel the weights feel the weights being removed. Everything you do will become more enjoyable. You are in for some happy surprises about your life. Things are going to get better and better. Great promises, eh? Wow. It's so cool. It's okay to be skeptical. We've been taken down the primrose path before. So, be as skeptical as you like. Indeed, it is advisable to avoid gushing enthusiasm. It is a setup for a letdown later. Therefore, rather than enthusiasm, quiet observation will serve you better. Is there such a thing as something for nothing in the universe? Oh yes, most certainly there is. It's your own freedom, which you have forgotten and don't know how to experience. What is being offered to you is not something that has to be acquired. It is not something that is new or outside of yourself. It is already yours and merely has to be reawakened, rediscovered. It will emerge of its own nature. Wow. The purpose of sharing this approach is merely to put you in touch with your own inner feelings and experiences. In addition, there's much helpful information that your mind will want to know. The process of surrender will begin automatically, for it is the nature of the mind to seek relief from pain and suffering and to experience greater happiness. So that's the end of chapter 1, and the next chapter, chapter 2, we'll read tomorrow. It's the mechanism of letting go. It's a bit of a longer chapter, I think, and I'm looking forward to that. And then there's the book. Get it, order it, and follow along. Maybe underline and write in the margins, and because it's an amazing book. So thank you so much for letting me share with you, and I'm just so stoked to be sharing this book, and it's everything here is really along what my vision is, to share consciousness and to lift the vibration of the planet one meditator at a time. We do have a business here too as well, and you want to drop in and maybe buy a meditation stool or look at some of the things we have, or go online and share some of the things that we have in our store with your friends, and that would be great. Or if you know anybody that wants to be an affiliate marketer in our business, we need that to be able to keep going and doing this. We also have a Patreon site. You can go in there and support us that way, and it's a real turn for me. It's just like, holy Toledo, how did this happen? It's happening so fast that that my life direction has changed from, building a retail business to helping people awaken. And so that's the goal. And so I think meditation is part of that. I think service is part of that. Giving this away is part of that. If some benefit comes to you, remember that it comes with some condition. I think the condition is that we share it with others. The people all around us are looking for a solution. They're looking for an awakening. They're looking for peace of mind. It may seem like they're caught up in the creating wealth or whatever it is, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. Wanting to travel, wanting to enjoy our time on this planet. And I think that just that none of those things really fill us up. So we can have all of that, and we can have awakening. So that's it. Love you guys, and I don't know how long this is going to take to read this, but I think it's going to be maybe a month or two, and so hopefully you stick with us, and you can go back and listen to yesterday's reading. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything, Earl? No, we got it all. So love you, and check out our website. Come visit the store. Come on in for a hug. Cheers. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you lots. We're not sure how to shut things off.